Hi, welcome to week 2 or session 2 of the series wrap up. I loved doing the first vlog. I loved the fact that I got to do a little status update at the end of the last vlog really did motivate me to keep going because I love a to-do list. I don't think that's a surprise to anybody. So being able to scratch things off of that list, I love all of it. I just love all of it. It's really kind of made me want to continue, which is evident by the fact that I started Earl Crush yesterday. I am about 13% in at the moment, and I already know where the plot is heading. We've obviously met both of our main characters. I like the female main character. I think she's gonna be interesting. And it looks like our male main character is just the grumpy guy, but he's hinted at to have a heart, which is obviously necessary. So I'm also kind of intrigued about the plot already, where it's gonna go. But we're just gonna have to keep on reading to know that. And then I also started listening to Harrow the 9th. I'm currently about an hour in, I think, and I'm confused. I am listening to one character, I think. I'm even doubting myself at this point. I'm listening to the same character from 2 different perspectives. Like the way it's written wise. And that's making me think that one of these is either not the character that it's saying that it is, or we have an unreliable narrator. I think, but I don't know which one of the 2 it is yet. So yeah, already there's mystery afoot. When reading the first book, it became pretty obvious that this is also a book where you have to pay attention. I think the first book, it was mainly because of the amount of characters that were there and the mystery that kind of happened. I've already been introduced to the mystery in this book, and I have no clue at the moment. Obviously, I'm not that far into it. But yeah, there's also time jumps and timeline stuff. So this is gonna be a mystery all the same, but a different kind of mystery, I feel like. Obviously, I'm still listening to Valor. I'm about 30% into Valor. And I'm just listening to that when the mood strikes. I'm just going to go by it. I mean, I had 2 different read-alongs that I was a part of, and they didn't work. Let's just say that. But I still really want to finish that series because it's great writing. It's got Game of Thrones-esque, when it was good vibes. So yeah, I just want to finish it. I really want to see where it goes. I want to see all of the theories, if they are correct or not, because either way, it's going to make for an amazing story. And then when I want to read something physically, obviously Shadow of Night, the second Discovery of Witches series, because we rolled it last week, because we spun the wheel and it got Autumn Hopefuls, and I think that's the only one. Obviously, if we spin the wheel again and it gets to the same prompt, which is an Autumn Hopeful, that kind of means that the only thing that can get it back, or that can fulfill that prompt, is going to be the third one. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that prompt out, the Autumn Hopeful, and I'm going to keep it out until I finish the second book in the Discovery of Witches, and then add it back in. Just because having the second and the third on the go is just not feasible. It's not going to be productive in any way, shape, or form. So that's the plan for that. I am going to be quite honest. I am trying very hard not to get distracted by Critical Role, because I've rolled into it again, pun intended. And I go through these stunts, these periods where I want to watch and listen to it constantly, and everything else just falls by the wayside. And that's where I'm at currently, because I'm very close to finishing campaign 2 at the moment, which, if you know, I think it's tomorrow, the animated series of the Mighty Nine is coming out. So, not to mention that those episodes are going to be about 45 minutes long. So, there's going to be a lot of Critical Role Mighty Nine happening in this household. So, yeah, that's going to be a challenge for this week, I think. What I do really want to hope for this week is me finishing either Earl Crush or Harrow the Ninth. Hopefully both, but I'm just going to be happy with, again, finishing one, because I feel like putting more pressure on myself to finish more than one is just going to, like, make me burn out on this challenge by the end of the month, which we still have December to go. I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to continue listening to some of Harrow the Ninth. While I'm doing that, I think I'm going to maybe pre-plan some of my journaling, because between getting back, when I got back from our bi-weekly team meeting, I saw that all my journaling supplies arrived. And it's made me really excited to start planning it out. No, I'm not going to show you because I want you to be surprised. And I'm going to be annoying like that. So those videos will be coming in December, but I feel like I want to start prepping them. Finishing either bullet journal, whether it's for the book bullet journal or the life bullet journal, in one video session is very, very ambitious. I don't think that's going to happen. I'm going to burn out at some point, or like the creative juices are just going to go at some point. And I don't want to finish spreads that I am not happy with, because obviously the first spreads that I'm going to be setting up are the spreads that I'm going to be using for like the entire year. So I want to be happy with them. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to do like short sessions of like setting up maybe 1 or 2 spreads per session, and then just chuck them all in one video. So be warned that the like journaling setup videos might be a bit choppy, but now you know why. So it's snowing. That was not on my bingo board for November. And obviously that was the one day that I had to go to work for a meeting that lasted all of 2 hours. And yeah, it was something. It was something. Something else, again, this seems to become a tradition, I don't know why, but I got home from my meeting and I got mail. And I'm pretty sure I know what's in what's in here. Yay! I'm so excited. Oh, it looks amazing. I am sad that we do not get one of the old covers, because I think the author said it somewhere in an interview that she was forced to change like the cover because apparently it wasn't like reader friendly, or people weren't gonna buy it, which I think is stupid, because now a lot of people have this other version on their shelf from this one. And so now there's that, but look, there's the little fox. Oh, it's so cute. Oh, hello, here he is. Also got some things from the store because this weather just means that I want hot chocolate. So I think I'm gonna make myself a hot chocolate this afternoon. That is most definitely gonna happen. Other than that, I think I listened to quite a bit more of Harrow the Ninth. I still have no clue what's going on. It might be because I read Gideon the Ninth. I think I read it during the beginning of the year. So it might be that I don't really remember what happened there, and that's why I'm now confused. That is completely plausible and probably the case. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look up a summary of Gideon the Ninth and like read through that and see if that sparks what is now happening and that I can like really figure it out. There is no way that I'm gonna go outside. I've been outside, it's too cold, and it seems like this snow kind of fell on us, kind of like just got sprung on us, and the roads are not prepared. So yeah, I am not gonna go out and do anything else today because it just honestly doesn't feel safe. So I'm just gonna cozy up with a book and get myself some hot cocoa. I'm gonna have lunch first and then just have a cozy afternoon. I did a little research. I did read back the summary of Gideon the Ninth, and I remembered most of it. So that only made me more confused about why I wasn't getting Harrow the Ninth. Until during like the Google research, when you get like the autocomplete thingy, it was saying like, when does Harrow the Ninth start making sense? And me not understanding what the hell is going on seems to be a universal thing and very much intended by the author. So a lot of people were saying that it starts making sense like just over halfway, which I am nowhere near. So I think what I'm gonna have to do is just keep going, because one of the reviews that I read, or like one of the little things that I read, which was on the Reddit thread of like, when does it start making sense, was saying like it takes a while, but when it starts to click, it really does pay off, and it's really kind of a great thing to read about. So I think this is going to be what this author is hopefully going to excel at, which is just surprising you at the end of a book. So I don't think there is any other choice for me but to just keep going. So I did reverse a little bit. I did go back a chapter, and now with the fresher, like the refresher of what happened in Gideon, and the information of knowing that it's not going to make sense for a while, I think it hopefully will feel a lot better. Just knowing to just wait, keep going, because the story is intriguing. The world that she created is really amazing. So that was not the issue. I just don't like feeling lost, apparently, in a story. So I will be continuing to listen to Gideon the Ninth. I also did read yesterday, after like saying that I was going to take like a really nice self-care afternoon with hot chocolate, which I did have, which I thoroughly enjoyed. I did read a little bit more of Earl Crush. I am now about 25% in, still liking it, still seeing where it's going. The pining has already started, which I enjoy. So, and then I just took a nap. Good morning. I had a very unexpected, very late lie-in. Well, I say late. No, it wasn't. It was like 9 o'clock in the morning when I got up, which is late for me. I usually get up around 8, like 8:30 at the latest. But I'm guessing my body needed it. I got up also with a little bit of a sore throat, which I do not enjoy, because obviously we have the bi-weekly bookmark sprints tomorrow, so I'm going to be talking quite a bit. But I'm just going to take today. Phoebe decides to start eating from her little tower, so there's going to be noise in the background. I apologize. I don't really have any plans today that need for me to go out. So, because I've been working quite a lot, I just want to get into a cozy ball and not move is kind of what I'm feeling. Also, the last little bit of my journaling supplies arrived, which is sticker paper. I saw a video by Yashi Corinne, I will link it in the description down below, about like how she makes her headers and some of the like little, I guess, titles you would say that she uses in her bullet journal. And I decided that, first of all, genius. Second of all, why haven't I tried that? So I think what today is going to be, I think today what I want to do is I want to do a little bit of a test drive. And if everything works out, that means that I'm also going to be like trying out / prepping my like setting up my bullet journal, which if you can probably figure out, I'm very excited about it. While I'm doing that, I'm planning to listen to a little more of Harrow the Ninth. Excuse me. I'm gonna listen to some more of that because I'm thinking it's gonna take me a while. If it works and it comes out of the printer good, then it also means that I'm gonna have quite a few things to cut out. So having Gideon the Ninth on while I do that sounds absolutely perfect. The snow that fell 2 days ago is still there and has not melted. It hasn't gone anywhere. So it's been that cold. So, which I wasn't expecting, but it gives from some really lovely sights. As you can see from that little bit of sunshine behind me, the sun is very much a shining. And those, I think, give for some of the prettiest views in my apartment. I mean, it looks like when you look outside, it just looks cold, you know? Which I love to watch while I'm cozy in my apartment. I am tired. I am very, very like bone deep, mind, body tired. Yesterday was quite an emotional day at work. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna go into it because I will cry. But it was quite an emotional day at work. Again, I mean, you can probably imagine. I mean, I work with children that can't live at home for reasons. So yeah, it was a difficult day yesterday. And I just felt afterwards, after coming home, like it was time to have a couple of days off and to just regroup and have a nice time and just focus on like filling my own cup again. So yeah, I'm just really excited about a quiet weekend at home. I'm not gonna lie, I'm really excited about it. So I just finished the first printout and it came out really well. So the only thing that I have to test now is to see how well it sticks. So I used every space that I could. I made an oopsie, the little thingy. Anyway, that was bound to happen. But yeah, so now I'm just gonna cut everything out and we're just gonna see how well it sticks. But I think, again, because I have an actual photo printer, this is really easy for it to just stick to it. I'm gonna see if I can link the sticker paper that I'm using in the description down below. I bought it from like an the Netherlands store, like online store. So I don't know if I'm gonna find the exact brand, but
to like link you guys to. But if I do, it will definitely be in the description down below. If you don't, I think on the video that I linked from Yashi Corinne, she has a few that she has linked that she uses. I didn't actually decide to use those because I don't know why. I thought I would look for one that was available pretty close to me. So this is looking really exciting, because now if this is actually good, then I actually have a whole bunch of headings already done and dusted. Obviously, the next thing that is now needing to happen is actually just using these stickers to set everything up.
It is obviously way later in the day. I am just about to head out to my parents to have dinner. It is cold today, I'm not gonna lie. I did end up going outside for a little bit because I wanted to get a few little nice bits and bobs from the store just to have. I bought some cozy slippers because my feet are cold. So, and usually I just walk around in like those really comfy, like thick socks. But I was walking around on them today and they had a hole in them at the bottom. So obviously I just wanted new ones. So I decided, you know what? Why not do both? So I got some really nice and warm slippers. And then I also got some really nice warm socks, which is amazing. And it's all very, very cozy. I did end up reading and listening some more to Harrow. I keep saying getting. I don't know why. I am listening to Harrow the Ninth. I think I'm about 36% into Harrow. I keep doing other things and then missing stuff because I feel like this is also a book where you really need to pay attention, and that wasn't really happening today. So yeah, I had to rewind quite a bit, but I also did read a big chunk of Earl Crush, so I'm now about 56% into that one. It's heating up is all I can say. It's heating up. I keep thinking, like, are the stakes really that high from what they're doing? And then I think about the time period where this is set in, and then I'm like, no. The stakes are, yes, it's important. What they're doing is quite important. I'm kind of curious because it seems like there is a mystery afoot. So that's fun to figure out. But obviously now I'm gonna get ready to go to my parents. I'm gonna listen to some more of Harrow the Ninth while I do so. And I'm probably gonna be back pretty late. The next clip you're gonna see is probably me either getting up or about to start the bi-weekly bookmark sprints for this week. Hi, I told you guys that I was gonna update you probably before I started sprints. I did not do that. I apologize. It is currently 2 o'clock already, so I'm in the middle of sprints, but it's going pretty good today. I am reading a lot more of the Earl Crush book, and I'm very, very sure or certain that I will be finishing that today. So I'm about 80% in at the moment, and we just started another sprint. So I should finish this in either this sprint or the next one. And it's different. I did not expect there to be life and death aspects to this book. I really didn't, but here we are. Also listen to some more of Harrow the Ninth. I am almost halfway through. I don't think I'm gonna finish that today. I don't think I'm gonna be able to, or it's gonna be at like 10 o'clock without stopping to do anything else. But what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go back to my sprints. I'm gonna continue with reading and finishing Earl Crush, hopefully. And then I will update you when I either finish the book or when I'm done with sprinting. I usually only do like 3 sprints, but I think I might do more today. I finished another book. Very excited. I finished Earl Crush, and I think it's going to end up being 3.5, 4 stars, somewhere in there. I really liked it. I enjoyed it. I like the comfort of knowing that it's a romance novel and everything is going to be tied up in a nice little bow. I did, like I mentioned before, like I did not expect there to be a life and death plot in this, and for it to go as grand as it did end up being. And I have also, once again, no idea who the third book is going to be about. I think it might be about Georgiana. I think there's found family in there. There is just, again, 2 people really growing. Again, not really a third act breakup. Which, if you know, you know, I love. Not really a third act breakup. We have a third act wobble for about, I don't know, 2 pages or something. So it was fine. If you want a fun period romance to dip your toes into, I would recommend this book. So that means that we have 1 book left in the Belvoir Library. I did check. I have about 5.5 hours left of Harrow the 9th. So it is currently 3 o'clock. So that would mean that I have like 5, that I have to listen to it non-stop until like 8 o'clock. 8, 9 o'clock tonight, which I would do, but I feel like I would rush it and not just wanting to finish it and not really enjoy the story, which I do feel like I'm finally starting to enjoy it and like really get it, what is happening. So that would be a shame. I think I have finished a physical book, so I should actually go into Shadow of Night. But you know, we do love choice, do we not? So I think I'm actually gonna spin the wheel. I mean, we are nearly finished with Harrow the 9th. I am kind of thinking of just listening to Harrow the 9th for today and then finishing it tomorrow and ending the vlog then. Like I did for the last one. I filmed the final like update of where we are on Monday. So I think I might do that after I finished Harrow the 9th. Just because it's fun to tick off things, you know, might be the reason why I might actually stay up late and finish this book. I'm not gonna lie. So, yeah.
I have now ended sprints and it's a little bit later. It is now 5:30. I think I have about a little less than 4 hours left to go. So again, still quite a lot. But I thought I would actually spin the wheel again, like I mentioned. So that is the glare that you're currently seeing. I have listened, like I'm getting to the point where things are starting to make sense in Harrow the 9th. I have a theory about what is going on. Quite positive I'm going to be wrong, but I have a theory, which is all I can say. But let's see what prompt we get. Well, this is good. We got the finish a series prompt, which means that we basically just have to look towards the series where we have only the 1 book left, which I think there's gonna be a few. I'm gonna look at the finish a series as a finish a series and not as a get up to date, if that makes sense. What I'm going to do is I think I'm going to listen to the second book and the final book in the Monsters of Verity duology from V.E. Schwab. I think I'm going to do that. I was very intrigued by the world that she was building and by what was going on there. So I think that might be what I want to do. I also know that it is on Storytel, which is good. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm actually very excited about this because this means I will be able to finish another one, to finish another series, another book. So, next week I obviously have the 4 days. I was going to say the 4 weeks off. No, I don't. The 4 days off, which is going to hopefully mean lots of reading. And I think I already have a plan for what I'm going to do in December. G announced over on her Instagram that she's probably going to be doing Lightfall again this year, which is like Christmas time in Aurelium, which is very cozy and very nice. I don't know. I don't think that's a month-long readathon, if I remember correctly, but I don't mind. And obviously we also have Audio Advent by Livia, which she is hosting this month or next month in December, which I'm also very excited about. And I'm a co-host of. So that is happening. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Audio Advent to obviously listen to the series that I can on audio. And then I'm going to use Lightfall to read physical books. Actually, I'm going to look up how long usually Lightfall takes. I think from what I can see, it's going to be for about a week or like a week and a half. Like a week and a weekend, I think it's going to be. So yeah, I think I'm going to be very excited to do that. And also, obviously, in December, I have 10 days off of work, which, who knows, if we're lucky, might correlate. And then I'm hoping to get a lot of filming done, but also get a lot of reading done. Because, it's for my birthday, and I want to read. I think this is probably going to be the last update that I'm going to give you up until tomorrow morning, when we're going to wrap it up and I'm going to go over the statistics of where we're at in finishing this little project that we've got going on. So I'll see you in the morning. Well, good morning from my very sunny apartment on this Monday. I'm gonna let you guys know that I did actually end up finishing Harrow the 9th. I finished it legitimately 5 minutes ago, and I was right, but also wrong, which is not that big of a surprise. When it comes to this series, I like the way that the puzzle pieces started actually fitting together. There are still a lot of questions. It's still not completely finished in my eyes, so obviously we still have the 1 book to go. I am still very confused because on Storygraph it's saying that there should be a 4th one, but I can't find it anywhere. So I'm guessing maybe she decided to not continue? I don't know. With that, I did end up finishing 2 books this week, which is great. We did end up not actually finishing any series, which, is fine. It's gonna happen. I mean, I was very behind on a lot of series, so I don't really mind. The lighting is gonna go all over the place because, it's fall. Let me tell you the stats of today. As of today, we started with 18 series to go and 44 books to read. As of now, we have 17 series to go and 41 books to read. So again, I know that this is never going to happen by the end of the year, but it's just a fun thing to keep in mind, isn't it, when we are deciding our books to read.
This week, though, I have these books on the go. And one of these books actually does mean that I get to finish a series because we did spin that wheel and we did get that one. We did get the finish a series prompt for Readathon. So I'm hoping that at least it drops to 16 series by the end of this week. So I think that is where I'm going to leave you guys. I am very excited about the week to come because I do have a lot more time to actually read. I also have the Percy Jackson sprints that I will be doing on Friday, so we will be finishing the third Percy Jackson book. I am planning on doing the sprints until I finish, because why not? And then obviously I'm hoping to finish the Monsters of Verity series, which is going to be very exciting. Again, my first V.E. Schwab series, which seems very strange because her writing seems right up my alley. So I think in the new year, I might want to try some more of her work. Just cause, That's where I'm going to leave you guys today. I am probably going to be starting the next vlog today, but I said the same thing last week and it didn't happen. So, but again, hopefully lots of reading time to come in the upcoming week. I do have 4 days off. So let's hope and pray. Hopefully another series will get knocked off the list. And it's also the final week of Readathon, sadly. So we're going to just enjoy it. We have the Donna 72-hour readathon that's happening, which I will be able to join for the full 72 hours for this round, which I don't think ever since I discovered Donna's channel has ever happened, which is insane. Let's comment a skull emoji in the comments for finishing Harrow the 9th, because that was a journey. And we will talk again soon. Bye, guys.